Hey guys, my name is Claire. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how my perception of the timeline of school has changed over the past year and sort of how I've begun to embrace vulnerability as something that's unavoidable and can be a very good thing. So I'll start at the beginning. I fell in love with the college, applied early decision, I knew that was where I wanted to go, where I wanted to be. I wanted to be the person who would go to that school. I wanted to be that kind of person who could go to that school. I was very confident. I knew I might not get in, but at the same time, there was something in me that said, yes, you gotta get in. This is it. This is your option. And of course, I told everybody else that I was really excited about all the schools that I had applied to, but I was completely invested in this one. And I didn't get in. So I was crushed. I took a couple days, I took, a few weeks. I was disappointed. I was upset. I wasn't angry. I didn't blame the schools. They were just trying to find the people that fit, that they believed would do the best there. And what hurt the most was that I believed that I was worthy to go to that school. I believed that I could do well at that school. But after a while, I sort of embraced another school, I found another way to be really happy about it. I was excited, but I don't know, there felt like there was something missing. And I didn't know what, because I'd always believed that that was what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go to high school. I was supposed to go to college. And my mom had been bringing up this idea of a gap year to do some traveling, stay with some friends in other countries, maybe do an organized program or something. And I'd always loved to travel and meet other people and go to cultures, but I really loved school. I was really excited to go to college. I've been pumped about it for the last few years, and I knew I was ready to go to school. But at the same time, there was something that was nagging at me in the back of my mind. And I wasn't sure what. It turned out, actually, that it was vulnerability in a way. So one day something changed. I began to consider taking a gap year. I talked to my parents. I talked to my college counselor. I talked to teachers and friends and my family. And almost everybody was very excited about it. They said, this is a great opportunity, you should go do it. I had a few people say that they thought I shouldn't do it for very good, solid, reasonable reasons. But I knew that I had to recognize that maybe it was their lives, not mine, just as I had to realize that everybody else who told me that to do it, that was their lives, not mine. I had to make this decision for myself. And there was one day when I was looking at a world map, and I kind of looked at it, and I imagined all the people that were living in the world, what they were doing right now, and how they were living. And in that moment, I felt such connection to the entire world that I knew that I needed to take this year. And this was sort of the beginning of the road to vulnerability, I guess you could say. And I'm not even anywhere near done. But so I started saying, you know what, this could be a really horrible experience. I could hate it at the end. I could say never do this. And I knew that this could fundamentally change the way I viewed my life, myself, and everything that goes along with that for the rest of my life. And was I ready for that? Do I want that? But it could also be a very positive experience for me. And that's when I sort of realized. I watched Brene Brown's video on vulnerability. And she said that vulnerability is necessary. That It is necessary to leave wholehearted lives. It can be the birthplace of very good things and also very bad things. It can be, but that we need it because we live in such a vulnerable world. And it really hit home at that point because I hadn't realized that I hadn't felt vulnerable in a very long time, that I hadn't really felt scared or immersed in a totally new experience in a very long time either. So I wanted some of that. I wanted to feel that same connection that I had felt when I'd looked and imagined all the other people in the world and how big it was. And so I just sort of said, you know what, I need to do this. I need to take this gap year. I need to do some traveling. I need to work on my connections with myself, with the world, with other people. And I feel like that might be the best option for me. And it could turn out horribly, it could turn out very well, and I have absolutely no idea. And I'm still working on embracing that whole concept, but I've decided to run with it and not overthink it too much. And I'm trying to not say, I think this is going to be so much, and just go with it. And that's kind of how my perception of my timeline changed. About how I realized that I really didn't have to go to high school and then go to college right away. I could do something different and break out of that sort of trap that we get ourselves in of making the uncertain certain. And that's sort of been really impactful in my life because it's made me decide what I wanted to do next year. Thank you for listening.